In 38 years of professional voiceover work, I've had clients call me back after 2 years, after 5 years, after a decade. And the question I get asked most often by working voice artists who want to build a sustainable career is this: how do you actually keep a client? Not just land one, keep one. My name is Dan Garlick. I'm an Australian male voiceover artist based in Yogyakarta, Indonesia, and I've been recording professionally since 1988. In that time, I've voiced projects for Qantas, PayPal, Telstra, the New South Wales and Victorian governments, Origin Energy, the Australian Electoral Commission, and many, many more across 6 countries. But today I want to talk about something more valuable than any single client name on that list. I want to talk about what it actually takes to keep a client coming back year after year after year. Let me start with a story. For approximately 9 years, I was a primary contracted voice for PHMG, one of the world's leading audio branding agencies, based in the UK. Every working day I was recording on-hold messaging and telephone audio for their corporate clients. Dozens of scripts a week, hundreds of clients over the course of that relationship. 9 years. Now I want you to think about what that actually means commercially. Not once in those 9 years did I have to pitch for that sort of work. Not once did I submit a demo reel or compete against another voice artist for that business. The relationship was self-sustaining because I made it that way deliberately. So how does that happen? The first thing I want you to understand is this: the best business development strategy in voiceover is not submitting to casting databases. It's not cold calling production companies. It's not posting on social media 3 times a day, hoping someone notices you. It's delivering such consistently excellent work for existing clients that they never even think about looking elsewhere. Every single project you record is either reinforcing a client's decision to use you again or quietly undermining it. Think about that from the client's perspective. A production manager at an audio agency is briefing dozens of voice artists. The ones they come back to are not always the most talented voices in the world. They are the ones who made the last job easy. That is your competitive advantage, not your microphone, not your studio, your consistency. The second thing, and this is where a lot of voice artists lose work they don't even realize they're losing, is communication. I have a simple professional standard that I apply to every client interaction without exception. I respond promptly. I ask clarifying questions before I record, not after. I flag potential issues early. I deliver files in exactly the format requested, named correctly, on time, every time. That sounds basic, and it is, but you'd be genuinely surprised how rare it is. When a production manager has a deadline measured in hours, and in corporate audio they often do, and they know that sending a brief to Dan Garlick means it comes back correctly, quickly, and without a follow-up email asking for the MP3 to be re-exported at the right sample rate, that reliability has a monetary value. It reduces their stress. It protects their deadline. It makes them look good to their own client. And that is worth far more to a busy production professional than saving a few dollars on a cheaper voice. Here is something specific and practical that I want every voice artist watching this to implement from today. Before you record any substantial project, confirm the technical specifications with the client first. What audio format do they need? What bit depth and sample rate? Do they need separate files per section or a single continuous file? Will music be laid over the top? And if so, how much room tone do you need to leave? These are not bureaucratic details. They are the difference between a delivered file that goes straight into the client's production workflow and one that comes back to you for a re-export at 10 o'clock on a Friday night. Clients remember both experiences. Make sure they remember the right one. Related to this, and this is something I built deliberately over many years, is having a documented, consistent delivery workflow. I know exactly how I export, name and deliver files for every type of project I work on. Corporate narration, IVR, e-learning, on-hold messaging. Each one has a standard format, a standard naming convention, a standard delivery method. That consistency means my clients never have to chase me for the right file. They never open their inbox to find an audio file named final_v3_Dan_use_this one.wave. Your delivery workflow is part of your brand. Treat it that way. Let me bring this back to the PHMG relationship and what 9 years of consistent work actually produces. Beyond the commercial value of the work itself, a long-term client relationship like that becomes one of the most powerful marketing assets you have. A client who has used the same voice for nearly a decade is making a daily endorsement of that voice's quality and reliability. When a new production company asks PHMG or any long-term client, who would you recommend for Australian male voiceover? The answer is immediate. That word of mouth, that reputation by association, is worth more than any advertising you could buy. And it compounds. Each year of consistent delivery makes the next year's renewal easier, the next referral more credible, the next brief more interesting. That is the real return on professional excellence. So to bring this together, if you want to build the kind of client relationships that sustain a professional career over years and decades, these are the 4 things that matter most. Treat every project as an audition for the next one. Communicate like a professional at every stage of every job. Confirm technical specifications before you record, not after. Build a delivery workflow that makes every handover frictionless. None of these require exceptional talent. They require exceptional consistency. Everything I've covered today is expanded in Chapter 4 of my ebook, The Voice of Experience, a professional's guide to voiceover excellence. It covers the full business of professional voiceover, client relationships, delivery workflow, professional communication, career longevity, studio setup, and performance craft. The link is in the description. And if you're a corporate, government, or institutional client looking for a broadcast quality Australian male voice for your next project, same-day delivery, international availability, reach out directly. Details below. I'm Dan Garlick. Thanks for watching.